I'm Kelly with fitnessblender.com, and today I have a lower body strength and HIIT workout for you. So we're going to be doing some banded work, we're going to be working on the step, doing some strength training, a pinch of HIIT. There's just a little bit of everything in this workout, including your warm-up and cool down. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, we're gonna start off nice and light with our cardio warm-up just to gradually get our bodies and our brains ready to work hard, right? So we're gonna start off just jogging in place. Your feet don't even have to leave the ground. I'll show you low impact modifications all the way through this workout, by the way, and all the way through, just like always. Meet yourself exactly where you're at. So who you are today, how you feel today. If you're here and doing the workout, you're already light years ahead. Like that's great. But while we're here, keep your self-talk positive and try to focus on, just like I said, meeting yourself exactly where you're at today, challenging yourself however that might look like right this moment. Okay, next up, we're gonna be doing a warrior step plus a ventral reach. So slowing down a little bit, getting in just some quick fluid stretches, just alternating back and forth, stepping back behind your body and then reaching overhead, enjoying that stretch through the core. So we're doing each of these for 30 seconds. No rest time, no transition time, so don't feel bad if you're moving at a different pace or a little bit behind. Next up, we're gonna reach up overhead and then fold forward towards our feet. So enjoy this, nice deep breath if you want, and then exhale towards your feet. Stay here for just a second before you come back up and enjoy the top of the stretch again. You can get a little freestyle in there, whatever feels right as we're getting ready. So next up, we're gonna be doing lateral steps plus a tap back and behind our body. So whatever that looks like in your space, a wide step to the side and then back behind and bring that leg up. So as you get more comfortable, pick up the pace and the enthusiasm behind the move, right? You can even start to add a little hop there. Nothing too extreme yet because we are just still getting started. We've got about 5 more seconds left, and then we're gonna be doing a hip opener, alternating on each side. So find your center, you're going open and back. Try to keep your hip bones facing forward so you're getting all the movement out of that hip joint rather than opening. That would kind of defeat the purpose. Otherwise, up and over to tap behind yourself and then back to the front. Next up, we're doing a high knee plus a straight leg lift. So here and there, then switch here and there. So again, you can pick up the pace as you get more warm. Otherwise, do what works for you. Keep that leg straight so you're targeting the backs of the thighs there. Even if it's right here, it's totally fine. Just make it work for you. All right, next up, we're gonna be doing butt kickers. So here's your low impact option, just like it sounds, warming up your quads. And then if you want to add that kind of jog and pick up the pace, just stay landing nice and soft. Remember, your landing is part of the workout. You want to explode upwards powerfully, but you want to land soft and controlled. Keep going. Next up, we're doing a side lunge plus a center jump. So right here, to one side, come up, and the center as strong as you can. If you want a low impact option, just act like you're jumping up and do a calf raise instead. All right, we know we're in for it if we're sweating like this before the end of the cardio warm-up, right? This is your warning. This is gonna be fun today. 3, 2, and 1. All right, next up, we're just gonna do a basic body weight squat. So sinking back, hinging at that hip, those hips first. Back nice and flat, press up through your heels. Pull in your core and don't let your neck round. All right, our last warm-up interval is going to be an alternating reverse lunge. All right, so back and behind, up nice and strong. Don't hold your breath. Keep going. Almost done. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so that is our warm-up. Next, we're moving on to the banded workout. So if you have one, grab it. Otherwise, you can get the same effect from these exercises by doing a lift, generally, instead of a tap. And I'll show you how to do that as we go. All right, for a band workout, we're doing 45 seconds active, 15 seconds rest for 8 minutes. So give it your best, work hard while we're working on this, okay? If you don't have a band, you can always, instead of a tap, just do a lift. Again, instead of a tap here, just do a lift in order to create a little more resistance and make it harder. Otherwise, we are starting off with squatted side steps. So finding that squat, nice clean form, and just going back and forth, as simple as that, right? So if you like, you can come here, come up from your squat, go back down. If you want to make it a little easier. Otherwise, just stay in that squat. The lower you go, as long as your form's clean, the more that's going to burn. Try to step equally on either side of the body so you're replicating the same range of motion left and right. Don't hold your breath. Some of this band stuff can be deceptively difficult, so make sure you are inhaling and exhaling still. 5 seconds left. Ooh, okay, next up, we're going to be doing 5 diagonal tap backs, and then just alternating back and forth. So we're going back at an angle this time, back and behind the body. So you can maintain a squat during this as well, as low as you can control. Otherwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch. Just keep going. Keep your hips facing forward and make sure that you're in control of this motion. You're not throwing your leg out as far as you can. Technically, you should be able to stop right there, even in the air. So control it. No flailing. 4, 5, only 15 seconds left. Keep going if you can. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so this next interval is tough if you would like it to be. You can do actual squat jacks, staying in a squat, hopping those feet apart with a band on, or you can sink into a squat and tap outwards. So depending on how much impact you want and how difficult you want it to be, here's our hardest option. And only attempt this if you're certain that your feet are, that you're creating the same range of motion on either side. You don't want to accentuate an imbalance that you already have. Your easier option, right here. Whew, and tap out. And just like always, feel free to go back and forth between the easier and hard version. That's how we get stronger. Land soft. 5 seconds left. Oh, buddy. Okay. Next, we're going to be doing side, diagonal, back, and curtsy taps, alternating on either side of the body. Okay. Here we go. We're working. Side, back, straight back, and then that curtsy tap. So side, diagonal, back, curtsy tap. Just keep it going. Switching back and forth. It's a nice opportunity to catch our breath. Kind of. It's all relative, right? Keep going. 15 seconds left. Three, 2, and 1. All right, so next up, we're gonna be doing a static squat plus a hip abduction. So this might be a really small range of motion, and that's okay. Nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Here we go. So settling into that squat, get comfortable. Rotate out and back in. So you're opening at the hip here, hinging at the hip. Everything else is staying forward, just abducting that hip. Just like before. Come up, catch your breath, check your form, and get right back into it. I'm already a little purple. This is gonna be fun. All right, keep going. Whew. Very small range of motion, but oh buddy, can you feel it? 5 seconds left. All right, so next up, we're gonna be doing a bridge. So I've dropped down to the ground. I'm gonna put my bands right here. Just a reminder to keep those those knees pressed out. Engaging these glute meads. So squeeze up. Again, make sure the point of the bands here is to remind you to not let your feet or your knees collapse inward. And you can feel the difference in engagement in those two different kinds of form. Ooh, I'm already sweating up a storm here. Just hover over the ground there if you want to keep those glutes engaged. Exhale as you press up. All right, so next up, we're gonna be doing a banded hydrant. So again, knees right here, bands at the knees. Here we go. So again, no swinging. This is all controlled. So keeping your body facing down towards the ground. You're not actually opening up at that hip. Just abducting that hip again. Keep going. We've got about 15 seconds left. Five seconds. Oh my gosh. Ooh, we are not even to the HIIT yet. And I don't know about you guys, but getting a very good sweat going on here. Gonna have to drink lots of water when this is over. All right, we're doing the same thing on the other side, and then we'll officially be done with our extended warm-up here. So same thing, again, maintaining that body position where you're facing the ground. If you open up, you get a lot more range of motion, but you're not working the intended muscles that we're trying to target. So try to really dial in on that form, even if it's humbling, even if you don't have a lot of range of motion, that's totally fine. The way you get there is by doing it, and doing it well on a consistent basis, right? Ooh, 15 seconds left. Five. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that is our band workout. Now, if you have a step, be sure to grab that. Otherwise, if you have a pair of dumbbells, that's going to be a definite advantage. All right, so I lied. We're not grabbing our weights just yet. We're doing 5 minutes of HIIT. This is a board easily HIIT, so we only have to do these each 20 seconds. So give it your very best, okay? Listen to your body, but push yourself. So we're starting off with jump squats. So sinking back and then exploding, landing soft. If you want that low impact option, just stay right here. You can even add a calf raise if you want that upward motion. Otherwise, 10 seconds left. Just push as hard as you can. Only 20 seconds. All right, next up, we're doing a side hop plus a calf raise. 5 seconds left. Nice deep breath. Here we go. So hopping laterally to the side and up. to the side, and up. Again, try to move the same amount on either side. And land soft. If you want that low impact option, just step across. All right, next up, we're doing lateral jumps. So your low impact option is similar to that last low impact option. Otherwise, jump as hard as you can from side to side. Again, landing soft. Five seconds. All right, next up we're doing Switchfoot Runners. Nice deep breath in, out through the nose. All right, here we go. So run and then hop. If you want the low impact option, oops, just pull down, step into each position. Otherwise, move quick, land light. All right, next up, we're doing a side lunge push-off. 1 interval per side. Here we go. So, just staying right here. When you come down, enjoy that side lunge, but then use that leg to push off and push yourself back to center. Three, 2, and 1. All right, get ready to do the same thing on the opposite side. Already halfway through the HIIT. Here we go. It's halfway. All right, next up, we've got flutter kick squats. So your low impact option is just step, step, and down. Step, step, and down. Otherwise, hop into each position and lead with a different leg each time. Only go into as low of a squat as you can control. Okay, next up, got touchdown power skips. So our low impact option is down and up, down and up. If you want to, add in a jump, but stay on one side for now. Two, 1. All right, you guessed it. We have to do that on the other side. Don't want to start walking lopsided. All right, here we go. Low impact option here. Otherwise, speed it up and add a powerful jump at the top. Ooh, 3 seconds. Ooh, okay, those are done. Last HIIT interval here. We're doing a pulse jump squat. Here we go. So double dipping down and up. Low impact options here. Push that calf raise. Push. Only 5 seconds left. Ooh. Okay, that was our HIIT. Now you can grab your weights. All right, for our strength sets, we're doing 45 seconds active, 15 seconds rest, just one time through for most of these exercises, though you will find some repeats in the form of favorites. So first we're gonna be stepping up and over the step. So if you have a stair that you're using, just split the interval between the two sides, since you can't exactly go up and over a stair. Otherwise, we're stepping up nice and strong and down on the other side. This time, the other side is leading. So I am using 32 pounds total here. So this is a step workout, but with a twist, right? We're not doing, this is gonna feel like cardio, it's gonna feel like aerobics, but we're doing muscle work in quick succession with minimal rest. So make sure you're stepping nice and strong. Try to keep those hip joints or those hip bones level, so you're not having a hip go way up to get up there. Slow and controlled. Again, control that landing. No flailing. All right, next up, we're going to do a staggered leg deadlift with front weight distribution. So holding one weight right here, I'm going for 16 pounds. I'm gonna put one foot just behind me, just barely there for balance, and I'm gonna be leaning forward. So all the same rules of a normal deadlift in terms of keeping your back flat, your spine in a nice neutral alignment. Should really feel this in that forward leg, but even the back leg is doing some work, particularly when you pull yourself up out of that forward lean. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. So taking that opposite foot, just a little bit of stability there through that toe on the ground. Pardon the neighboring traffic. Otherwise, here we go, set up nice and strong. And how many times a day do we do this motion in real life, honestly? Whether it's kids' toys or picking something up off the floor. For me, gardening. There's all kinds of things in our everyday life. It's great when our workouts look like the things that we're doing in our everyday life. 20 seconds left. Keep that nice breathing pattern going. Slow and steady. We're not in any rush here. All right, next up, we're going to be doing V step-ups plus a knee hold. So I'm gonna be doing 16 pounds per hand or 32 total. So this time, we're gonna be kind of traveling to either side of the step, and on the side, raising that knee up nice and strong. Switch and opposite side. So if you have any trouble with balance at all, go ahead and cut out the knee. Otherwise, it's a great way to further build hip stability, pelvic stability by watching, keeping those hip bones, again, level as you bring that knee up. Keep going. Remember, it's always okay to drop the weight. All right, so let's see, next up, I'm gonna use just one 16-pound weight. So we're gonna be doing a squat plus a side step. And this is an opportunity to push up into a single leg squat. So nice and narrow, going here to the side. And as you go up, you have the option to push up predominantly on that one leg. So again, a lot of isolation work in this workout. A lot of opportunity to single out one leg over the other. So kind of an assisted press up from that lunge, or sorry, from that squat. Yeah, see, this is not a cardio workout, but I'm pretty sure you hear me huffing and puffing. Love this kind of strength training. All right. Next up, we're doing a side step up. So similar to how we were doing before, but this time we're going to stay on just one side. So again, I'm sticking with those 16, so 32 each. Sorry, 32 total. And here we go. So just that one side initially, down, just like that. So as long as your movements are clean, you can move faster if you like, but really it's just as difficult to slow it down, if not more difficult. As your body really will want to rush it a little bit to get it over with. It's hard. So slowing it down, slowing down the descent in particular, as you make your way down, that's gonna burn. Under 10 seconds. 5. Let's do one more with a really slow, controlled descent, if I can not fall over. And what a nice rest period. All right, so same thing. On the opposite side, I'm gonna wipe some sweat off here. All right, so same thing here. Remember that option. If you want to slow it down, it really does make it harder. So I'm kind of going back and forth between a quicker pace at this, and then when I feel like I've got the stamina rebuilt back up, I slow it down and do a slower descent. Even though it might not look like it's that much lower, I can feel it. About 5 seconds left. Let's do the same thing here. Let's let the last one be nice and slow on the way down. Here, and there we go. All right, so next up, we have a kettlebell swing. So I'm gonna be doing 24 pounds for this. All right, so back nice and flat. All of that movement from the dumbbell or kettlebell is being driven by your lower body. Keep going if you can. Got about 15 seconds left. All right, so drop that dumbbell or kettlebell. Grab yourself a very quick drink of water, and we'll finish up the second half of our strength. All right, next up we're doing front step up. So we're gonna do just one side again. Pick your side that you wanna focus on first. I'm gonna be using 20 pounds per hand, so 40 pounds total. Treat yourself to a nice deep breath. You can even start a little early if you like. Otherwise, again, pick your side, step up, and just continue to lead with that same leg. Again, watch the orientation of your hips. You don't want either of your hip bones sinking or hiking up or twisting in order to get this motion done. If you do find that you're having trouble with hip alignment or your form is suffering, definitely drop the weight. Keep going. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Take a quick break. Remember which leg you need to lead with. This next time. Oh, it's hot in here. Okay, here we go. 2 and 1. Opposite side. Nice and strong. We've totally got this. We're cruising right along. We've got so much done already. And we have under 10 minutes of work left before we get a nice relaxing cool down. And then all day long, we'll have that satisfying feeling knowing that we got our workout done. So there are step ups. Next up, we're going to be doing a side lunge. Use just one 12-pound weight. Take a nice wide stance with those legs. All right, we're just sinking nice and smooth from one side to the other. So all the weight is going into that bent leg. Keep that other leg nice and straight. Press up through that bent leg. Come up nice and tall. "15 seconds. 10. All right, so next up, we're going to do a deadlift. So I'm going to pick 28 pounds for this per hand. So nice and strong. The weight's right in front of your thighs. Flat back down. Exhale back up. Halfway done. Ten seconds. There's 5, almost there. Ooh. All right, so next up we're going back to front step ups. This time we're going to be doing alternating. So I'm picking, again, 20 pounds per hand for this. All right, so not unlike last time, but this time, come down and swap legs. So tap down so that you're leading with a different leg each time. I don't know if it's the heat or if this is maybe the hardest workout I've filmed in a while, so you guys will have to help me gauge, but this feels good in a bad way. I'm definitely getting a good workout today. All right, so now I'm gonna grab 16 per hand again. So we're gonna do a repeat of those up and over steps. So again, if you're on stairs, make sure that you're just splitting that interval so that half is on the right and the other half is on the left. Halfway. Move gracefully as you can. 35 minutes into a strength and HIIT workout. 5 seconds left. All right, next up. So I'm gonna stay with these 16 pounds or 32 pounds total. We're going to be doing a squat. So, nice deep breath. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do 24 pounds total. I feel myself already. I'm feeling it. Here we go. Back nice and flat. Up nice and tall through those heels. Keep going. Don't round your shoulders. Pick a spot on the wall ahead of you. Just press through. All right, okay, there we go. Next up, last exercise here on either side of the body is going to be a single leg bridge off of this step. So whatever you're using for a step today, just elevate yourself, press up. You can also just do a regular bridge if this feels like a lot right now. Both feet on the floor. Again, try to keep your hips level. So you should be level from left to right here. No dipping, no twisting. You kind of stick at the landing. Enjoy that burn at the top there. Oh man, okay. Whew. All right, get that next leg ready. This is our last work interval, so do your very best here. Nice deep breath while we're resting. Here we go. Finish nice and strong. Keep going if you can, or take a quick break if you need it. Just try to get right back in as soon as you can. All right, that's it. We survived. Okay, so now all we have left is a cool down and stretch, which should feel amazing. So if you want to grab a quick drink of water, go ahead and do that and we'll jump right in. All right, you never want to skip your cool down and stretch, right? So we're going to start by taking in a deep breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth, nice and slow. And fold forward. Reach towards those toes. Keep your feet relatively narrow, not wider than shoulder width. And just kind of move around once you're in here. You can lean to one side and then the other, but we're really targeting those hamstrings, the backs of our thighs, as well as our back, our lower back. All right, next up we're going to stretch the front of our thighs, which also definitely just got a good working over. So just pulling your foot up to your butt so you feel a nice stretch through the front of your thigh here. And all while we're here, feel free to treat yourself to those deep breaths. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. The more you slow down your exhale, the more you can kind of tell your body, okay, we're done with the work, we're done with the stress, even if it was good stress, we're done with the stress, we can go back to relaxing. You want to get in that parasympathetic or the rest and digest, right? So our body can go back to doing all of the oh so important innumerable functions that it does really best when we're well rested and not stressed out. So part of the cool down is really just walking your body and brain in the opposite direction that we were doing during the warm-up. So just slowing everything down a little bit, saying it's okay to relax now. Thanks for working hard. We can relax now. All right, so let's do a hip flexor stretch next. So stepping back and behind and tilting in at the hips a little bit. You can deepen that stretch by going up overhead and even lean away from yourself if you like. So you take that stretch all the way up through your core. switch sides. Opposite foot back. That little hip tuck in there in order to get that stretch through the front of the thigh or the hip flexors here. And then extend if you're ready, if you'd like to deepen that stretch. All right, so next up we're gonna go kind of a similar stretch up the side this time. So leg back and behind the other one, and then lean in. So you should really feel a stretch all the way, depending on how you move within the stretch, from your arms down your side to really about that ankle joint. If you can lean into that stretch so you get a good stretch through the side of the leg, side of the body. Okay, switch sides. Right, next up, I'm going to do a walk down to a side stretch. So take your time getting there, but once you're in that tall plank, go ahead and drop. And then once you're here, just walk yourself from side to side. Just kind of briefly enjoying a stretch on either side. All right, next up we're going to drop down to the floor for a cobra. So you get a nice stretch through your upper body. You can press all the way up and extend through the elbows, or even just camping out right here can be a great stretch. Either way, keep your shoulders down and away from your ears, and make sure that you're not causing more strain than you're relieving. All right, next up, we're going to pop up for a wide toe touch. So different from how we did in the beginning, this time we've got a really wide stance. So we're going to target those hamstrings and glutes in a different way. And again, I'm just kind of moving around once I'm here, and there aren't any real rules. You're looking for what feels good to you after your workout today. So just kind of tune in, be receptive. All right, so next up, I'm gonna stretch out for a deep glute deep glute stretch. So crossing those legs over and grabbing behind this leg and pulling in so you feel a good stretch through the back of this leg, deep through those glutes. All right, switch sides. Remember those deep belly breaths. Treat yourself here and there, in through the nose. And long, slow exhale. Should feel really good. All right, next up, we're going to extend that leg, both legs really, in opposite directions. If you have something to hold your foot up, that's nice. It can be a nice passive stretch, but you can even just use your hands and just gently pulling back, just gently challenging the range of motion, never pushing into anything that hurts, just testing, just asking. You can pull that foot back up towards yourself, point and flex for a nice little stretch through that calf, little ankle mobility there. All right, I'm going to switch opposite positions here, same thing. Just kind of gently move around within that stretch, and then feel free to modify to make it yours. All right, right, next up, we're going to collapse our legs together and just twist for a nice torso stretch. Try to keep your shoulders on the ground so the movement is coming through your waist here. All right, switch sides. All right, last up, we're gonna treat ourselves to a full body stretch. So arms and legs walking out in different directions, kind of leaning side to side, deep inhale. And at the same time you relax out of that stretch, exhale. So do that one more time. All right. Okay, I feel like I could do anything now. I could have a great day at work, maybe take a nap, I don't know. But that felt really good. So I would love to know what you thought. If you feel after that cool down that you could benefit from more stretching, go ahead and treat yourself to just that. Otherwise, make sure that you drink lots of water after this. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure we just did some major sweating, so you're gonna wanna make sure you replenish, hydrate, and also feed yourself. Feed yourself something that's gonna taste good on your taste buds and something that's gonna make you feel good physically. Otherwise, just thank you for working out with me. Thank you for showing up for yourself. I hope that you feel great. Good job. Workout complete.